This video is a little bit different than my other videos I have posted so far. In my other videos, I have my notes already and I know what I'm going to speak on. In this video, I started coming up with an idea and decided to film as I formulated that idea and applied it to lucid dreaming. Enjoy.
Sometimes when you come up with an idea or a story, you don't always come up with the best idea or the best story the first time around. In this case, I came up with a pretty good idea for a story, I think, but I didn't really come up with a good idea for the names in this story. So, this is a story of Juice and Hurton. I was going to make it T-O... I don't know, Hurton. I was going to do T-O-N, Hurton, like that. But I thought, it's more like Hurton. So anyways, that's how the idea came in my head. So that's why this is the story of Juice and Hurton, instead of something cool, because this is just what popped in my head first. Now, if I were going to edit that and say, hey, let's go write a book on this or something, then I could take that and put a cool name. A cool name or something like that. And so, okay, so that'd be the title of the idea or whatever the whatever you're gonna do with it. The story. That's what we're doing. We're telling the story of it. So Juice and Hurton, fighting for juice. Okay, that's the subtitle of this. Okay, that's like we're gonna just say this is part of the plot or something. So Juice and Hurton fighting for juice. So if there were gonna be a part 2 or what happened next or previous, this is the part of Hurton's life where we're fighting for juice. Okay, so here's Hurton. That's where I started writing down before I thought, oh, let's film it, because once I started writing down, I won't be able to film it again fresh. So Hurton's going along and he goes walking. All of a sudden he comes upon somebody, okay? And that somebody's probably, oh shoot, that was pretty cool. We'll make them sitting down on a bench or something, just a little, I don't know. And they're like, hello. And they're saying, hello, how you doing? And he's like, oh, hello, hi, and stuff. And he's like, how are you, Juice? How you doing, Juice? And he's like, what? What are you saying? Who's what? And he's like, hey, Juice. What we do this last week, hey, Juice. Did you have a good time while you were gone? It's good to see you again, stuff like that. And this guy's like, what are you talking about? I'm not. Let me tell you, sir, my name is not Juice. I don't know if you have me mixed up with somebody else. And he's like, no, you're Juice, man. It's good to see you. That's what are you talking about? He's like, sir, I don't even know your name. He goes, what are you talking about, man? My name's George. And he's like, oh, okay, that's cool, but I don't know you, George. My name's Hurton. I just came down the road. I've never been here before. And so, George says to Hurton, he says, well, no, Juice, man. You live here and stuff. He goes, what are you talking about? I can prove it to you. He's got another arm, sorry. He's just sitting there or whatever. I didn't really want to make it have to do anything because this is the arm that really was paying attention. So anyways, all of a sudden, this guy comes walking along. And he hears these two talking and stuff, and Juice. He keeps calling him Juice, and he's like, no, I'm Hurton. Look, this is my name, Hurton. And this guy comes along, he's hearing stuff, and stuff, and he's like, So he starts walking along, and walking along. I don't know, walking along. He's holding something. There we go. And he's like, hey, Juice. And how you doing? And this guy's like, whoa, what? What's going on? So anyways, and he starts talking to Juice and stuff. So anyways, you get this other guy shows up, and he's oh shoot, he's biking along. Then there we go. And he starts coming along, and he's got his little basket or whatever, his seat and stuff, and the bicycle, make that. So anyways, he's coming along and stuff, and he hears, of course, what's going on, and so he stops his bike, and he's like, "Hey, Juice, how you doing, Juice? Good to see you, Juice." This is, they're all saying, "See, name's Juice, man." He's like, "What? I don't know what's going on here. My name's not Juice." So he goes, "I'm just coming into town. I just got here." And he says, I'm just starting a new position and everything." And he goes, "It's a brand new here and everything." So here comes another guy. And he's walking along. Shoot, everybody looks like they're sitting down. Anyways, shoot, he's like, "Hey, Juice." You get my point. Is everybody saying "Hey, Juice" to him? So the story ends up going is that Hurton comes in and everybody's calling him Juice, and since he's got to be there, and since everybody's calling him Juice, everybody puts up this big old thing saying, "You're Juice, you're Juice, you're Juice." The whole town is fighting for his name to be Juice. They're defending the fact that his name is Juice, not Hurton. It's kind of a dark place to be when you know something is right. You know that the fact that your name has been something all your life, and then all of a sudden you walk into a situation, or you come into a situation or experience where everybody tells you it's different. Whether it's your name, and everybody changes your name on you and decides your name is going to be something else. Finish this guy here sitting on a bench too. So, or whatever. He's got a back thing or something. So anyways, just a little story of kind of what came into my head. So I developed the story a little bit better, and this is kind of how my story just went. This is all I got so far in my head. I don't know where I was gonna go with it, do the ending or whatever, and the moral or something, whatever you want to say about all this stuff. But basically, don't let people do that to you. When you know something, know it. That's what I see now. That's how I picture in my head. Now I sit there, okay, what from going on further? When you know something, know it. Whatever, and keep to your whatever your convictions. I don't even call them convictions. Don't let others sway you in what, if you know your name something, everybody starts calling you something else. You know what, if you have to, get away from there, because it's not a good place to be. So, I don't know. My point is this is how my idea popped in my head. I started writing it down, and I thought, let me finish writing it down here. Kind of got to that, and I'm kind of still kicking it around. It'll probably go nowhere. It'll probably just be stuck in my notes somewhere. In fact, this is upside down. I think if I look at, flip it around here, yeah. No, this is not. There's other stuff in here too. Yeah, stuff that's just it's the right way. But anyways, there we go. Upside down. So I just grab stuff sometime and write ideas, otherwise I'll forget them. So you don't want to forget things. I've got, I think it's actually in here too. I was going to do a thing on notes. I think it's on this one. It was upside down too. That's how this got upside down. Is this it? Yeah, I have some notes on time and how to capture time through thought. And it goes down here, and I show you how to slow things down, and what you want, and how to speed it up in different ways. And then I kind of come through here, and I come around and I come up to some ideas. Well, actually, I finished this first about how you put it in your. I always try to say how you do your lucid life. You put it in your waking life versus your dream life and stuff, and how that works. And then I came up with the ending about how throughout time. Now, this is what I was getting back with what I did. How you forget. You don't want to forget things, so you got to make sure what you're working on here, how you tie it in with your how you don't forget, because it's the past, and how you also don't want to forget what you're. If you don't want to forget what you did, and you don't want to forget what you're doing, which is going to be the future. So, anyways, that was just kind of my ideas, and this is how it applies to life. So, that's how my ideas get started on some of this stuff. This pops in my head, and I just think it through. Anyways, just a little bit on. I don't even know exactly what topic I could say this is. Just following an idea. Just a little story that popped in my head that kind of shows how life in general goes for you, how a dream can go for you. You ever walk into a dream situation and everything in your dream is showing you something different than what you know, and you're thinking, whoa, and you wake up and you're just so changed by that, and you're thinking, I don't, what's going on with my life now? This is life-changing stuff, it's just something else that you wake up and you think differently about a subject or a person or something, and it can mean anything to you, and then you go on differently. You were here and you take off in that direction now, and this direction is no longer your life or whatever, just from a simple thought or a simple dream. In waking life, it's a thought, it's an idea or a thought or something. In your sleeping life, it's a dream. So ideas and thoughts and dreams, they all come from your mind. I can't do my picture my brain now, so they all come from your mind. All this, whether it's waking or you're sleeping, it's all from your mind. So when you have something like that, it comes in your dream. You're walking along. In fact, this sort of thing happens more often in dreams than it does in real life, because you walking along and this guy's sitting on the bench and he says, "Hey, how you doing?" and stuff, and he's never seen you before. Then he's gonna call you. He's gonna say, "What's your name?" You say, "Hurtin." How you doing, Hurtin? My name's George. Whatever. So he's not gonna sit there and do all this to you. In a dream, if you have juice somewhere, maybe you drank some juice, orange juice, or maybe you went on a juice diet, or started watching some commercials or infomercials about juicing, or saw a juicer in the store and some salesperson talked to you about it or whatever. Maybe in your dream, all of a sudden he starts calling you juice, because that's what you saw, and that's what a name that your mind pops in your head, and associates it with or incorporates it into your dream. Kind of interesting stuff how that works with dreams. That's why a lot of people like to interpret dreams, because they like to say, "Oh, well, this means, okay, did you see, what does juice mean to you in this case," or whatever, and that's how it popped in your head. And then they say, "Oh, well, everybody doing this is, depending on who it is or whatever." I don't get into dream interpretation. I think people can do that on them or on their own selves, by themselves or whatever. So anyways, this is just a little bit of kind of how thought and ideas come into your head, in the waking world and in your sleeping world. This was just started out just kind of my idea, about a little story, about just an idea of just what I wanted to write down, so I don't remember the idea later. I can go back and see if I can apply it to anything. In this case, I'm just going to put it up as a video on how ideas pop into your head on dreams and waking world. So on that note, good night and lucid dreams. Oh, just so you know, that's a fan and a refrigerator in the background. For all those who like binaural beats, two different sounds, not frequencies, maybe, or maybe, depends on how, but not generated in different ears and all that scientific stuff. Anyways, good night, lucid dreams.
Thanks for watching. For more topics, please visit my Facebook page at www.facebook.com/mylucidlife.